You're watching New Car Spin, and this is the 2022 Toyota Tundra. It looks pretty low to the ground, and I'm not sure why, but it has a lot of features on it because this is the 1794 edition. You can see right there, 1794, which is the year of the deed to the ranch that the Tundra is built on down in San Antonio. Let's get my thumb shot right there. That looks good. Boom. So this is actually the V6 with the hybrid engine. So it's called the iForce Max. If it wasn't a hybrid, it would just be called iForce. I don't know if this is even available on the market yet. So it's a prototype. I've had it for a week. Drove it to Oklahoma and back. I mean, it's just beefy and everything. So let's look inside, shall we? Of course, when you open the door, the runner boards deploy. We have a very exclusive interior here. I'm not sure if that's real wood. Open pore is what it feels like. Sounds like plastic. Leather everywhere. Looks good. Yes, it's dirty because I do use press vehicles. And ooh, can't forget that. Okay, so let's put that up there. Couple things. Yes, I like it. No, there is no storage under this back seat because it's a hybrid. The non-hybrid does have the storage, but heated and cooled or vented seats in the back. Obviously plenty of ports. Look at the size of that sunroof. We have shades built in here, yada, yada, yada. Basically, this is also the long bed, and it has a step there that deploys, and the button here to open the tailgate, blah, blah, blah. I'm not really all interested in that because you all know that I did not like the previous gen Tundra. I just thought it was a terrible truck because I knew Toyota could do better. And here we are. We are in better. Of course, it's on right now. It's a hybrid, so the engine's off, but it's on. We have a heated steering wheel. Obviously, deploying boards. We've got our typical features here, park assist, blah, blah, blah. Blah, 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 blah. It's just got so much of everything. What else do you want me to say? So, being that it is a prototype, see right there, pre-production prototype. I don't know the price on this, but I will tell you, they nailed it here. And this is the fastest truck I've driven. It'll go up to 108 miles an hour. I'm not sure if that's because it's a prototype or if it's because that's just how strong this puppy is, but it moves. So, why would you buy a Ram at this point? Would you need a Ram Limited or Laramie Longhorn, whatever it's called, when you can get this one, the 1794? So that's basically how it is. A couple things though, because they've done such a good job. It's not perfect. Look at this. We even have a camera. Go see if Ram does that for you. A couple things. These switches are kind of small for people who are driving and bouncing around and need to do something. Opening the sunroof and opening the shade are two different functions, but it's kind of hard to reach because they're just shallow. It's not that they're thin. This is, look how shallow they are, so you can't really get a good grip on them. All they have to do is make those buttons bigger. Radar cruise is great. It centers to the lane. It follows the vehicle. Ignore the miles per gallon. The way this hybrid system works is it will stay in electric mode up to about 18 miles an hour if you're gentle on the throttle, and it'll kick in the engine at that point. But for me, it just kicks in the engine all the time because I'm pretty heavy on the throttle, because why not? I've got like over almost 500 foot-pounds of torque at my disposal and 400 something horsepower, so I'm gonna do it. The other thing is gear selector, traditional 4-high, 4-low, 2-high, drive mode, and then tow haul mode. So in drive mode, you just turn this knob and you can go into Sports Plus, custom, blah, blah, blah. Sports Plus, the 10-speed automatic shifts real hard, real crisp, real sporty. Sport S, you can see there, it doesn't change the suspension as it would in Sport Plus. You see the blue shock absorbers there in Sport Plus. Normal is a default mode, but so is Comfort. If I left it in Comfort, it would stay in Comfort when I get back in the vehicle. And you see the difference between normal and Sport is the shocks, but it's also the steering. So in Comfort, the steering becomes very easy to use. Normal, it's actually pretty loaded up. It feels beefy. And then Eco, that's just your prayer your prayer mode, because when you run low on fuel, you will put the vehicle in eco. It's going to shut off the engine as most as it can, do what it does in eco mode, obviously for eco reasons. It does tone back the acceleration and stuff when you're on the road, and I used it on the trip. I used every mode on the trip, and I would say that if you're going over 75 miles an hour on the freeway like I did, you will not get the hybrid mode. So the hybrid mode after 75 is off, and then when you get below 75, even on the freeway, the engine will shut off and it will use electric, and it'll just go back and forth, back and forth. It's so seamless. The only thing it's not seamless on is when you are coming up to a red light. And I noticed that too when I drove the other prototypes, like the TRD Pro and the Limited. The differences were interesting between the V6 and the V6 hybrid. So I don't really have all details for you, because if you're buying one of these trucks, you're going to do the research and you're going to look it up. And this video is not to regurgitate a press release. What I'm telling you is my personal experience. I'm not a salesperson. I'm an automotive journalist. Toyota obviously gave me this vehicle for a week, like they give me every vehicle and everyone else gives me vehicles. And I'm just giving you the story here because I'm not selling you anything. Some of you people on YouTube think I'm like some rich guy driving cars every week, and that's totally not true. So here we go. Panel, little secret compartment, not so secret. This thing I wish was lined with rubber, because obviously, yeah, that's not gonna work in the long run. It's not too deep. So my wallet, okay. You have access to a bin down there. You could also use the button here to lift this up. More access, not bad. You can see I'm not using my gimbal today. Cup holder is nice, but boom, it's just got a panel, and it doesn't really hold tall drinks very well. It holds thick cups, but not small tumblers. This is interesting. My complaint here is that this wireless charging, and I'm not sure why, I don't know if it's because it's a prototype or not, but my phone keeps going on, off with the charging, and in turns it'll flop around. So this little thing doesn't do enough. And I know on the Rams they have like a little bit that the bottom of the phone goes into, and it just holds it sturdy. They need something here to hold it in place. Nothing holds it in place, so it doesn't stay charged. I have wireless Android Auto, which is really nice to have. It uses Bluetooth for that. So cool, definitely worth it. But you also get nav in here. You get nav as a subscription on all Tundras, whether it's this big screen or the smaller screen. Nav is a monthly subscription option, so you don't have to upgrade the stereo to get nav. Like Toyota has packaged these very well to get you what you need when you need it. All these buttons are for the HVAC, except for this knob, which is the volume. I noticed the passenger doesn't have a way to change the song. You have to go into the menu to then change the song from there. And then the other flaw here is the hazard button. When you put your phone in and out, you hit the hazard button and it turns on the hazards. So yeah, boom, every time. You're gonna be like, I don't know why that's that way, but it just is. The camera, we have 360 view, and let's see what else we have. Let's see if I can do it. Let me put it in drive, I guess. Camera. There we go. Look at all these views. So the old Tundra didn't do this, obviously. You can see what's in the bed. You can see what's behind you. You can put it in auto mode, so every time you slow down, it turns on. I can't see the overhead right now. For some reason, it's locked. There we go. Go. So it's just loaded with views here, and of course our 360 on the side. So that's cool. We have the trailer backup assist. We have a suspension where it can lift up and lower. Right now it's a normal normal mode. You can see with the end there on the suspension indicator right there. So let me drive it a little bit. It's a little low on storage. There's nothing on the sides here for paperwork or anything. There's cup holders. It's just, I put the piece of paper so you can see the depth on the camera because it's dark down there. But you know, if you had a cup in here or in here, you can't get to it because the seat's in the way. So you have to slide everything forward. So it's not the best design, but if you were even shorter, it'd be even harder to get the cup out of that front cup holder, right? So there's that. Then we have the JBL stereo, which is great. There's speakers under the driver's seat. There's speakers behind the rear seat. And of course there's cup holders here. And it feels like a Titan XD. It feels bigger than an F-150 in here. It's definitely up there with the Ram. And the difference between the Ram and this now is that you've got the Toyota reliability. Reliability is a myth, but you get the Toyota reliability. You get the fuel efficiency of the V6 hybrid or the V6. And the difference between those two is really very minimal as far as the way it drives. There's a little bit more power out of the hybrid. And obviously, if you spend a lot of time in stop and go, right now we're still in hybrid mode, so we're not burning fuel at, half a gallon an hour or whatever, if that really matters to you. So we're in drive mode's in normal, electronic parking brake. This is just miles, leaps and bounds ahead of the previous generation. And people took a crap on my review of the previous gen where I said they could do better. There's not enough here, blah, blah, blah. And of course, now here we are. So let's go ahead and make a right and kind of get towards the freeway here. You can kind of hear it. I have another video, by the way, of some back-to-back driving of the new Tundras at night. I was invited to a super secret Tundra thing, and go check out that video. It's only a few videos before this one, so if you look at my my listing of videos that have been published, you'll see it on my New Car Spin channel. All right, what else is going on in here? Well, that's it really. I've had it for the week, and my only complaint really is the cell phone charger, the way I hit the hazard button, putting the phone in and out. And I do wish the seats were massage seats on the long trip. They're very firm and comfortable, but yeah, really no complaints. And this is a prototype, so just keep that in mind. Like, some of the things you see here might not be in the full production version, and that includes, not having a rubber liner in here, maybe not having a rubber liner on here. So this isn't everything you're gonna get. We have the electronic trailer brake controller over here, and I'm not sure what the options are because there's no window sticker, other than this is the 1794. So let's put it in Sport Plus. You can see on the screen there and there. For a truck, dude, this thing just flies. So as you can see, that's the Tundra. Go look at one, go get your name on a list, and definitely your biggest choice will be, there's 7 trims: the SR, SR5, the Limited, the Platinum, the 1794, and the Capstone. So you have a lot of choice to make, and they told me that the Limited is the sweet spot and the non-hybrid V6. So a non-hybrid V6 is the sweet spot, but this one's like the third from the top, and then you have the Platinum, and then you have the Capstone that are higher than this trim. So yeah, good job, Toyota. Excellent work. And I'm not really a truck guy, and this truck does impress. The last thing I would say is this ride is a little rough in any mode, sport, normal, comfort. And I'm not sure if it's because this is the long bed or if because it's a prototype, but it just seems to be not as smooth. You can see the hybrid system there with the blue on the Max. Everything just loads and goes. This thing just, yeah. I don't know why you'd get a 4-cylinder BMW when you can get a truck like this and definitely have a better time getting around town. Even though this thing is massive, you would definitely be able to enjoy your dollar a little bit more than you would with a German car, if you can even get a German car these days. So yeah, there we go. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, comment. Let me know which one you would prefer. Let me know what you think about this hybrid system. It's not a plug-in hybrid, but it definitely fits the bill here. I was definitely impressed with it. And it's obviously due for a TRD Pro version, which I did drive, and that's also available in the hybrid. So Toyota's really doing something cool here. Thanks for watching. Keep in mind, I'm not a sales guy. I'm an automotive journalist. My videos are definitely different, but I'm not here to sell you anything. I'm not a sleazy, oily, greasy sales guy telling you how great things are. I'm giving you the truth here. So hope you appreciate that. See ya.